Hey friends. Well, I've gone and done it. I have given in to the peer pressure of the journal community and I bought myself a Hobonichi. Now, if you have been watching my videos for any length of time, you probably already know my opinions on Tomoe River paper. I have tried to journal on it before with my normal style with my watercolor paintings, and I loathed the experience. It does not work for watercolor at all. And I'm not going to go into detail about that here because I've already kind of said my piece in other videos. But I felt really stagnant about my journaling earlier this year, and I kept wanting to try something new and kept thinking and thinking about the Hobonichi. And then I finally remembered that Courtney Diaz of Little Raven Ink said that she uses her Zig Clean colors on her hobo pages sometimes, and that it worked really well. So I got mine out, which the clean colors are a supply that I've had on hand, it feels like for years, and just never really found a purpose for. But I tried them on some Tomoe River paper that I still had lying around, and it was a revelation. It was like they were made for each other. They go on so smooth and so silky, and they blend so beautifully. So that was when I kind of figured that I could make this Hobonichi thing work. But even then, I knew I didn't want to get a dated cousin or cousin Avec. That's just too much commitment for me right now. I need a little more flexibility. And it seems like every time I watch a Hobonichi with me video, the person who made it is like, I'm so far behind, I'm sorry, I'm so far behind. And I'm just not into doing things that stress myself out on purpose anymore. That's just, I'm not about that life right now. So I knew that I didn't want the absolutely hard and fast daily commitment of a dated hobo. So I ended up getting the A5 Day Free, as you can see here. So far, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's been a really fun challenge to learn how to use the Zig Clean colors for this format and to adapt my watercolor skills to that when it comes to color mixing and blending and techniques that do translate across those two media. And one of my goals with this notebook may sound a little weird, but it's to keep my pages as flat as possible. And of course, the clean colors don't wrinkle the pages the way other water-soluble media does, so that helps a lot. But I'm also referring to ephemera. And when it comes to my traveler's notebook journaling, I will tape in whatever I want to that and make it as bulky as I want because I'm only working in a few pages at a time. But in this bigger Hobonichi, I really don't want to deal with a big, bulky book. I want something that I'll still be able to carry around with me after I've been working in it for a while. So I'm trying to be intentional about how I approach ephemera in this notebook. And you can see one of the techniques that I've developed to do that over here on the left page. There's the fragile sticker from Baumkuchen, and that sticker only comes in red, but I took a photo of it, I edited it on my phone, and I ran it through my papering thermal printer to get a blue copy instead. And also underneath this little space cat illustration, I did the same thing with a traveler's notebook message card. So that's a way that I can take ephemera that may be too bulky or may not be quite the right aesthetic, and I can still incorporate it into my page design without adding too much thickness to my journal. And also I can do it pretty seamlessly because that papering thermal paper, you can still color over that with the Zig Clean colors as well. I'm also really enjoying working on these big A5 pages because I can fit so much onto them compared to the Traveler's Notebook. In the Traveler's Notebook, I have to incorporate tip-ins just to get some journaling space and still be able to do a painting. But of course, in the A5 size, I can do a decent sized drawing and put in my photo and put in a bunch of journaling that I squeeze in with my little thin fountain pen, and it all fits really well. Also, because the Tomoe River paper is so good for fountain pens and because the Zig Clean colors sit so flat on it, I can actually enjoy writing over the color with my fountain pen, which I don't really enjoy doing in my traveler's notebook because it's a different paper. Obviously, I still enjoy watercolor and I really enjoy the format that I developed for my traveler's notebook entries, so I haven't stopped doing that, and I'm actually alternating days between my Hobonichi and my traveler's notebook, which is also not something I ever pictured myself doing, but I have to admit it's kind of working for me right now. That's all a lot of rambling, but suffice it to say that this little notebook has unlocked some creativity that was lying dormant for the last several months, and I'm really glad that I took the plunge. Thanks so much for watching.